What's up? We're out on the couch again. I don't know. I've been kind of liking the casting couch vibes, so that's where we're doing it. But you guys know the deal. We are gonna get into it. Yes, I'm putting in nicotine. Yes, I'm still a health and fitness channel. I don't want to hear it, but anyway, um, today, guys, I want to talk about one thing that has really helped me. And by one thing, I mean it's kind of going to be multiple things that sort of relay into the same topic. So, really, one thing that I used to always do, bro, I was so fucking bad about it. So bad about it is I would always. Sorry, camera's a little off balance. Okay, so I was so fucking bad about always making excuses. Always. From shit. I mean, from the time I was little in like sports, it'd be like, oh yeah, well this kid's only playing over me because he's the coach's son, or the coach likes him better, or whatever, or, the coach is friends with his dad. And it'd start with shit like that, but I let it carry with me into adulthood, thinking like, oh, well, this person's doing better than me because their parents are rich, or yeah, this guy's got a better physique than me because he has more time, because he has better genetics. And it just came to a point where I realized, like, how the fuck does that help me? How does that help me making excuses for why somebody is ahead of me, for why somebody's in a position I want to be in? How does it help me at all by making excuses? And it doesn't. But I think we all do this to some extent. We blame something blame our shortcomings basically on something else that we can't control, rather than taking ownership and blaming it on ourselves, reflecting and saying, well, I could have done this different. Like I look back on it and I'll use those same examples on like sports. Well, if I would have busted my ass to an extreme point and was just so much better than them, that they would have no choice but to play me, or they'd have no choice but to, start me over that person or whatever. And I think about that because it makes me think about all the times that I've let myself down by not living up to my potential, knowing that I could just make an excuse and try to make myself feel better about it, or that I would make myself feel better about it, like why bust my ass whenever I'm not going to take ownership of the result anyway? If I'm getting passed up, if somebody's doing better than me, why work to be better than them if at the end of the day I'm just going to make an excuse and make myself feel better about it? But I realized that wasn't getting me anywhere. I mean, for years, it's like I've been like, oh, well, I'm not at this point yet because of blah blah blah, or I'm working hard but I'm not here because I'm just not good at marketing or something. And it's like, while that may be true, instead of making a fucking excuse about it, I could get better at what my downfall is, or what I'm not good at. So I think that to relate it to, your fitness journey, or even just life circumstances, you have to take radical ownership of everything in your life. That's the only way that you can be in control. That's the only way that you can control the outcome, is if you take ownership of everything. And I mean, like, kind of insane ownership about things, you know, like something's not going well, my fault, you know, didn't make it to the gym today, my fault. And I'm not saying like, okay, you know, on your way to the gym, you got T-boned, your car was totaled, and you broke your leg. I'm not saying you should be like, oh, that's my fault. But if like something gets in your way and you make an excuse, well, I ran out of time because, you know, I thought I was going to be able to go to the gym at 6 and somebody ended up scheduling a meeting at 7, so I just didn't have time to get there. It's like, well, you could have woke up earlier, you could have went before work, or you could go to the gym real fast, and even if it's not your full workout, bust out a workout real quick, 20, 30 minutes. It's still something. It's better than nothing. You still tried, you still made progress. So I think that's the first step, you know, taking ownership in terms of, you know, not necessarily the first step in your journey, but the first step in really changing who you are, changing your identity, is radical ownership of your life, of your circumstances. You know, like, no more of the days where we're gonna sit here and be like, well, I'm poor because nobody will hire me. Go do something about it, man. Like, you could get off work and go fucking DoorDash or something for extra money. You could start a business. You could make yourself more qualified so that you can get into better positions. And, you know, or saying, well, I'm fat because I don't have time, because I'm working, you know, 14 hours a day. Dude, you guys have to start frying me for not taking care of my storage, because I know that shit's getting annoying. But anyway, what I was saying was, one of my clients literally texted me today that he's been working for 48 hours straight and taking 2-hour like sleeps between each 24 hours. Or sorry, between each, he said 16 or 18 hours. Yeah, but that's it. And he's still working, and guess what? Still staying on top of his eating. There's constant excuses that you can use, but I promise you, every excuse that you're making, there's somebody out there that's doing it. People will say, oh yeah, well, you're saying this now, try it when you have 3 kids. Dude, I have dads of 4 that are getting up before work, getting their lift in, getting all their meals done, being at all their kids' sporting events or whatever, recitals. And all right, my storage is going to keep acting up, but you guys get the point, man. You have to act. You have to take ownership. Stop making excuses. I know you can do it. I did it. And it's hard. It's not easy, but it definitely is simple at the end of the day. Whenever things are happening to you or you're not where you want to be, you have to take ownership of that. But at the end of the day, believe in yourself. You can 100% do it, but it's going to take some work. So I'll see you guys in the next one.